So let's imagine, one fine day, your kid brings home a 95%. And honestly, you feel great about it. It's obvious, right? But ask them to explain the one topic, that one topic you know that actually matters. And watch what happens. If they can explain, it's well and good. But if they can't, listen to me if they just can't explain it. And that gap right there, the gap between the grade and the explanation, that's actually the thing worth worrying about more than anything. Give me 5 minutes and I'll show you exactly why that gap might actually be a problem. What it could cost your kid later on if nobody catches it. And the one simple thing you can do tonight that fixes it for good. The problem is they might be outsourcing. If you're wondering it might be cheating or laziness, it is worse than that. Stay with me here. Yes, they might be handing off that actual thinking to AI while keeping the finished result with themselves.
Google warning of the dangers of AI.
AI.
And here's what makes using AI dangerous. It doesn't feel like a problem while it's happening. It actually looks like the straight opposite to that. It feels like relief for you when the grades are so good. The first consequence is test moment. So picture this. It's a completely normal day at school and your child sitting in class and the teacher points at them and asks them to explain the exact same topic right there out loud in front of the whole class without a laptop or AI. That's the exact moment the gap shows up. Not quietly at home where you could have caught it. Right there in front of everyone with no warning at all. And honestly, that's actually the smaller problem. Consequence 2. The gap compounds. You take any subject. The subject will build on the last chapter, especially math. So for example, if algebra got outsourced, trigonometry will be harder to follow because the one piece it needed, that is algebra, was never actually learned and it just keeps stacking quietly chapter after chapter without ever once looking like a crisis. This is where personalized attention matters most. If someone can mentor your kid in one-on-one environment instead of focusing on the 50 students at the same time, in this, the mentor can find if the kid is actually understanding topics instead of assuming the whole class understood something. If you think this is bad, the next one is actually even more worse. Consequence 3. The habit sticks. If outsourcing becomes the default move every single time something's hard, that's not a study habit anymore. That's a life habit. Basically, your child should build that muscle, the one which helps sitting with something difficult while their brain is still growing. If they outsource thinking, then the muscle will be very weak. And that's the actual thing you should be watching for, more than the grades. Because when young children routinely outsource their thinking to AI, they fail to build the fundamental cognitive architecture required for independent thoughts. There's actually published research on this, not just a pattern I've noticed. A 2026 paper in the Journal of Epidemiology out of Hamamatsu University in Japan pulled together 51 separate studies on kids and AI. And here's exactly what they found. If AI is used well in a good structured way, AI actually helped kids to learn. It showed real gains in performance and also improvement in thinking. But kids who leaned on it too much came out weaker at solving problems on their own and less creative too. Psychologists and neuroscientists warn that while adults use AI, they use it to delegate tasks that they already understand. But when children use it as a substitute for learning, it is worse. They are outsourcing something they don't even understand, which can permanently alter brain development. And now, the fix. Ask them to redo. So here's the good part. All three of those come from exactly one gap, which means there's exactly one fix for all of them. Before that, if you like these kind of videos, subscribe to Codeyum. We have more videos coming up for you. To start is very simple. We can start it at home. Just try to cover the finished homework and ask them to redo that exactly one part, the part that actually matters. They should think out loud without looking at the old work. One paragraph is the first step. That's it. If it comes back, they've got it, and all three of those problems just disappear. If it doesn't come back, well, now you know, and now is a much better time to take action. Let me be honest, it's not a trap. So don't do this like you're trying to catch them out, because that turns homework into an interrogation. And honestly, it just teaches them to hide things more instead of asking for help. Pick the assignments that actually matter, not every single time. Think of this as a spot check randomly, not a routine. And I want to be clear about this because it matters. This is not about taking AI away from them. Using AI to do homework is not the problem. It's genuinely useful. That's not even in question here. And honestly, in this generation, restricting AI is not a good idea. And your kid might lose the biggest opportunity of this generation. Instead of banning something which might be the biggest leverage for your child, teach them how to use it. Because in 2026, if I'm not using AI, I don't have a job. AI is not future anymore. It's already here. So it's high time you should teach your kids AI usage and ethics. Make them use it to build from thought, not outsource the thought process. That's exactly what we teach at Code Young in one-on-one live classes with expert mentors. Kids will actually learn to think with AI instead of just using them. The whole point is just making sure your kid is still understanding stuff. Make sure they use AI as a smart assistant and still being the boss of their own thoughts. So the next time a 95% comes home, feel good about it, honestly. Then ask them to redo the one part that actually mattered, or even ask them to explain it to you. This small thing is the biggest thing you can do in the age of AI. Want to know more on AI for kids? Book a free trial class with Code Young today. If you want to watch more videos like this video, share this to your friends and subscribe to Code Young.